Hello, friends. So a couple of things. One, I'm so sorry that I'm late today. Lace Fates, thank you so much for the sub. As you can hear, my voice is a little better, which I'm actually really surprised about. I thought that my voice would be worse after last night, because last night was rough, man. Last night was rough, but I'm feeling much better today. Like a million times better. And yeah, I wanted to make sure that this is maybe gross and more information than anyone wanted, but I wanted to make sure that I ate lunch and then that I was fine afterwards before I came on, so that I wasn't like leaving in the middle of stream if it wasn't okay. You want all the info? I don't know, man. I was throwing up a lot. Like, what do you want to know? I don't know what it was. I was really confused about it because I feel like normally, like, so I assumed it was like a migraine because I often get migraines that come with like some nausea, right? That's normal. And so, like, all through the stream yesterday, I was like, okay, if I start getting like a bad enough aura, which is like the visual effects of migraines, I was like, if I get a bad enough aura, then I'll just call it where it is because I won't be able to see, which means I won't be able to read chat anyway. But then suddenly, like, the first time I've ever had a migraine where there was basically no aura at all, it was like just nausea. Like the headache as well, obviously, but like just nausea, like no aura. She's aura for me. Yeah, I figured if my aura was no. So I was sort of like, okay, well, I'll end stream when I can't read chat. But then it never got to the point where I couldn't read chat, but it did get to the point where I was like, I don't want to throw up on stream. The aura harvest was bad this year. It was. So yeah, here I am. Much better than yesterday. I don't really know what went wrong yesterday. Alex Reg, thank you so much. But I'm way better. And I'm ready to do the hand cam. And I thought it would be fun. So I'm probably not going to stream for the whole time today. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. But like, at least yesterday, like, I couldn't keep anything down. It was horrible. So hi, nice to meet you. I'm so sorry that your introduction to me is this. I promise I usually don't talk about this stuff. This is not typical for me. Yeah, healthiest VTuber, #1 healthiest VTuber. I don't know what that was about, but it was really intense. I'm way better now. And I figured we'd do our little electronics prototyping section of this stream. And then probably call it an afternoon. At least you don't have literal dead wife energy. Yeah, we're farming dead wife aura, but we've failed at least today. We live another day. Bleh. Yeah. So we'll have the soldering stuff today. We'll do all the hand cam stuff, and then I'll probably head out and I don't know, just like lie in bed, go to bed early, drink broth. Right? Is that a new code bug? Okay, so this is the code bug that we built yesterday, and it was pretty easy to integrate it with my plugin. But do you see how now it's working exactly like our little chud son? It's triggered by audio. So when I talk about things that make me mad, when I talk about stupid, gross stuff that makes me really mad, you'll see he looks mad. And when I talk about the saddest things I can think of, the loss of a beloved pet, he looks sad. See? So I think that's fun. And also, if I'm really happy, if I'm talking about really exciting, happy things, you see the eye smile, the cheek goes up. Yeah. So I think that's super cute. Oxendean, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Can we get some banana chats in the chat for Oxendean? Thank you so much. Thank you, Oxendean. So I really love this. I think the next thing to do with it is hook it up to TTS, so that you guys can control it and make it talk. I think that's going to be even cuter if you guys can make it talk. So that's the next thing I want to do with it, is get TTS working with it to control it. Can I ask why this is the banana so Chad? I don't remember. This is the thing about the banana Chad thing. I hate to admit it, but I literally don't remember. Harmonic clone, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this, bro. I don't remember why the banana Chad thing is the banana Chad thing. It was 2 years ago. It was the last subathon. I don't remember. I just literally don't remember. I think the bit had something to do with minions, which, I regret. That is so cringe. But I believe that was the origin of the bit. Yeah, Reddy also doesn't remember. We became obsessed with minion sound redeems via blurp. Yo, wait, that was it, wasn't it? People were playing a bunch of minion blurps and then potassium chud. And then, like, somehow playing all of the minion blurps, like, led to this being Banana Chad. But yeah, Banana Chad. We're 1,300 subs away from. Wait. From an original release. Help me, Chad. Help me gather the energy. Ah, that's very, very sweet of you. That's very sweet of you. But I will remind you that. Oh, wait. During the Hierathon, there was someone named Banana, I forget the rest, that gifted a substantial number of subs. And he was gifting during the minion blurps, and you called him a Banana Chad. That follows. That follows. Achroma, thank you. Thank you, Achroma. Thank you so much for the sub. That's the origin story. I'm so glad we have May, the keeper of my history. Otherwise, where would I be? I would not know my own story. But look at this little guy. Look how cute he is. Oh, I'm obsessed with him. I'm just so happy. I can't believe we made this. We made this during stream. How did we do that? Like, look at him. Look at him. Yeah, our robot has been sufficiently prepared and isn't pushing herself. Paterico, thank you so much for 6. Oh my gosh. Banana Chat, thank you, Paterico. Thank you, Paterico. Guys, how do you think we should trigger the TTS? Should it be, like, bits related? Should it be, like... I feel weird putting it behind a paywall. I don't want to fill our chat with spam. What do you think that we should do to make him talk? To make him read TTS from chat? What should be our game plan there? Bits or points? Oh, points. Yeah, expensive point redeems or bits. Natural selection? What the frick does that mean? Oh, everyone get naturally selected, okay? And then we can decide who gets to make the code bug talk. Right now, I'm making the code bug talk. Do you guys want me to change it back to Chudsun? At least for now? Do you guys want me to change it back to Chudsun? Or do you want it to stay code bug for now? Either is fine with me. TTS of the fittest. Only the strongest chatters get TTS privileges. Why not both? Because if I have 2 instances of OBS open, I'll die. Here, we can try like this. I'm not sure if this will work, but here, wait. Item settings, load current live 2D model as item. Okay. Okay, that should be good. Okay. So now, oh, no. Okay, there we go. Don't put him on him. So now if we change our model to ISA 2.3, we should be able to Why is he so huge? Huh? Why is he enormous? Oh, we can get rid of the horns today because I think I'm actually all right and I'm doing a decent enough job of keeping myself quiet. So we can get rid of this. And then item and hotkey settings. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Okay, so we need Where is... There it is. Control 2. All right. So now we get rid of that bug. Are these the antennae that bounce? They don't look like they're bouncing. They don't look like they're bouncing to me. What if I'm happy, 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 happy things, happy thoughts, happy feelings? No, they're not bouncing. Okay, so we need to find the other item scene that is supposed to be triggered to turn that on. Which I thought was further down anyway. Left control space D. Okay, there we go. Very good. Very nice. I don't see the mouth parts moving when I talk now, which isn't ideal. I wonder why not. It seems like they ought to, but they are not. So it seems like we can only have one at a time. So we'll bring the code bug back once we have a way to properly let you guys control him, which I think is going to be really fun. Anonymous Gifter, thank you so much for the sub. I'm so sorry I missed you. Thank you so much. Whoever you are, please don't be my dad. What? Oh, horrifying. Horrifying. Okay, there we go. Right back to where we were, right back to normal. We can make this smaller and put this over here. There we go. And this code bug is still pretty cute and responsive. Mad Brownie, I'm honored that you're doing karaoke of my songs. Extract, what do you mean you're still waiting for an excuse to slip My Little Pony references into your unit test? Medmo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for 29 gifted. Oh my gosh, what a specific number. Is that... Wait, is that to choose a toggle? It is, isn't it? Oh my gosh, yes. You guys get to choose any toggle you want on the model and it will be created. Wait, why am I pointing like this? When did I start doing that? Okay, there we go. Fixed. There we go. Medmo, what a banana Chad. Can we please get some banana Chads in chat for Medmo, who gifted 29 and got us to our next sub goal. Thank you so much, Medmo. Thank you. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. We are like, wait, let me think. A little over halfway through the Hirathon. Well, not Hirathon, Studython. Oh my god. How do I get that mixed up? Man. And we're 2/3 of the way through the goals. I am so honored, you guys. Thank you so much. I liked an electric banjo as the new toggle. I mean, we have a banjo. We have a regular type banjo. Wait, no, not like that. Not like that. Like that? Yeah. See, we got a banjo. Look at the little bug on there, huh? Oh, our little bug needs these eyes too. My emote's busted. I'm so sorry. Cat ears and ukulele, please. We have those. We already have these toggles. Here, wait. Cat ears and ukulele. Yeah, ukulele. See? We already have those. Bean chugging. Is this the maximum buggage? 3 bugs? Yeah. If you guys want more bugs, we could get more bugs. You missed the shoulder bug doing the Club Penguin dance? I can find that one. I don't remember what I have it keyed to. There. I found it for you. There you go. Anything 5U, Medmo. There we go. Oh my gosh, we have a hype train. It's level 8. Dang. Aristotle, thank you so much for 200 bits. The baby dance. Look at him go. Isn't it so good? I adore it. I love that little dance. I was told that sage tea should help me keep my voice. So I'm drinking a lot of sage and mint tea, and I'm hoping that it works. I think it might. Do you guys want to go to the hand cam? And do you guys want to start our little building our tiny... DV Cooper's Ghost, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Oh my gosh, thank you, DB Cooper's Ghost. And Tina's, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Clever Drogger, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. I hope you had fun. DB Cooper's Ghost, yeah, Banana Chat's in chat for DB Cooper's Ghost. And Tina's, thank you so much for the sub. You refuse to believe it's been 18 months. That is a long time. Gosh dang. Thank you so much. We have a level 9. Oh my gosh. It's at level 9. Guys, look how long it is. Look at the little train. It's zooming. It's zooming along. I haven't seen it get this long in a little while. She's not French? What? Je peux être français? Tu ne sais pas? Don't worry about Ellie. I'm worried about Ellie, man. Peut-être je suis français et Your mic is still boosted? Yeah, I boosted it quite a bit. I can lower it a little. I boosted it quite a bit because I want to make sure that I'm still pretty quiet. She sounds a little French. Oui, oui, baguette. Peut-être je suis français, mais je suis aussi un peu stupide. C'est possible? Yeah. Totally French. 100%, I'm definitely French. She got infected with French disease. Oignon. Ixarek, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Thank you, Ixarek. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh, my Wi-Fi was so slow. Your stream was talking about rating a French. Wait, what? My Wi-Fi was so slow. Your stream was talking about rating a French person? Do the French have bad Wi-Fi? I don't know this. This is not one of the stereotypes they teach you in Duolingo. In Duolingo, they tell you that the French all have like animals on their beds, in their bedrooms. They're like, oh, be careful, there's a lion in the bedroom. But they don't tell us that the French have bad internet. Sparks, thank you so much for 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, Sparks Maker. Let's go. Oh my gosh, guys, look how long it's getting. Level 9. When you have bad Wi-Fi, the VTubers turn French. Oh my gosh, terrifying. My Wi-Fi is pretty good right now, so I don't think there's much chance of me it becoming French. But you know, you never know. Things can always take a turn for the worse. My Wi-Fi could fail at any moment, and then suddenly I would be French. I don't know much about the French except for maybe the revolution or the fries. I mean, that sounds like good stuff though. I mean, the revolution things got a little bit out of hand, but you gotta admit, you know, they had the spirit, they had the gumption, they like met on a tennis court. I don't really remember. We kind of skipped over it in AP Euro. We didn't really learn that much about the French Revolution. We just learned like, oh, and then it got scary. Then they started executing like a lot of people. But it was chill for a minute, I guess. Hyperuki, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the bits. And Brain Cyst Enjoyer. Ew. Brain Cyst Enjoyer. What a gross, crungy name you've got. Thank you so much. They lost their heads in the revolution. Hey, wait, that's so good though. The French made it so... What? The French made it so Rome was very violent? It seems like you can't really blame the French for what was happening in Rome, man. That sounds a little intense. Your ancestors have left France after French Revolution because of crisis in the revolution. You're speaking on behalf of all French people will gladly accept you as an honorary French person. Wait, are you French? Are you French? Do you want to practice French with me? Mon français est vraiment mauvais, mais je sais beaucoup. My French is very bad. For those who don't know, I'm learning French and Spanish in Duolingo. Tu es très gentil. Mais Tu es aussi menteur. No, Ellie's internet is cutting out. Wait. Gonrod, thank you so much. Gonrod, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Let's go. Thank you, Gonrod. Banana chats in chat for Gonrod. Please. Banana chats in chat for Gonrod. Oh my gosh. Hype train complete. We did it, guys. We did it. Look what a beautiful one. A beautiful hype train we've had today. One model is traditionally tracked. Oh, yeah. Here, let me add the outline so that you can see the model a little better, and then I'll explain what's going on. So the little model here that I'm about to put an outline on, which I forgot to put an outline on, but it's very important because it's a little hard to see without the outline on my overlay. This one is tracked solely based on the sound of my voice. Nothing else is it's not seeing my face at all. It's just sentiment analysis on and tone analysis on what I'm saying and how I'm saying it to control the expressions, the movement, and the mouth tracking. Whereas this model, the one that's moving all over the place, is actually tracking my face in the traditional way. Macholo, thank you so much for the gifted sub to Banana Chat. Thank you, Macholo. Honestly, your French is more understandable than mine. Well, that actually makes sense because when people who actually speak French, they don't say any of their get dang consonants. Like they don't pronounce any of the frickin' letters in the words, and they're impossible to understand. Listen, I watched all of Avatar: The Last Airbender in French, and I understood a lot. Enough to know what was happening as someone who's already seen the show a bunch. But then, if you talk to people who actually speak French, the way they talk, they don't say any freaking consonants. It's horrible. Like they just, and the consonants they do say aren't even the right consonants. Like, instead of saying, like, je suis, they'll say, like, suis. It's so messed up, man. It's so messed up. The French be mumbling. Very confusing. Very confusing. Does your Chud son still hate certain genders? We can find out together, can't we? Women. Oh, yeah, very chudly. Men. Hates everybody. Equal opportunity hater, apparently. They just vowel at you. You might like Canadian French more. Yeah, but I don't like the This is admittedly based on a very small sample size, but from my experience, the people who speak French in Canada are not very nice. I'm sure some of them are. This is based on like 2 experiences in French Canada. And it was okay. No, listen. Wolf, you speak French because you learned it in school. You're not even from French Canada. Kazetta! Thank you so much, Kaz, for 10. Kaz, thank you so much for 10 gifted. What a banana chat. Can we please get some banana chats in chat for Kaz? Thank you so much, Kaz. Yeah, no. The Wolf speaks French, but it's just because he like learned it out of his own gumption, his own determination. He's not like one of the people. He's not part of the culture of French-speaking Canadians, which I find, I don't know. They were mean to me. They were mean to me. I was very scared of them. French Canadians are nice. I don't know which ones you met, man. I don't know which ones you met, but they were very scary. Yeah. So that's admittedly very small sample size. I don't want to generalize. I'm sure some of them are nice. But they were a little scary. The Quebecois were a little scary. We're very welcoming normally, even more when you try and speak French. That was not my experience. However, everyone else I've met in the world who speak French was very nice. So that I feel like it's just, well, I guess, that's probably an overstatement. It's not like you make conversation with everyone that you meet. I can't really speak to their ultimate kindness, but what I will say was that the only ones I met that were actively and initially hostile, that were just like enemies from the get-go, were all in French Canada. You just got lucky? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Younger generations are better? Oh, maybe. As a French Canadian, the older generations, especially in rural areas, are very racist toward English speakers. Is that racism? I don't know if that's racism. I don't know if that's racism. Oh, so should we start our hand cam? Should we start our hand cam? Yeah, linguicism. I don't know. Whatever that is. I'm sure they've got that in spades. Let's solder. Let's solder. So I have to like actually figure out how I'm wiring this. It's gonna be real jank because I didn't really draw it out ahead of time, and honestly, I'm not putting that much thought into it. Eat the solder. I'm not gonna do that. It is unleaded. I will lead with that. It's unleaded solder. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know the right word for that either. And English is my first language. Gasketeer, let's go. Less nutrients? Ah, okay, okay. So, as we've discussed, there are pros and cons to leaded and unleaded solder. I use both for different things. For a little garbage project like this that's going to fall apart anyway, I'm using unleaded solder. For something that I was going to seal up really, really, really well, that was going to like see a lot of long time use. You know, there are ways, I've talked about this too. There are ways that leaded solder is kind of safer. It tends to be a lot less fumy. Um, so I do often use leaded solder, but for this I'm using unleaded solder, and honestly, I haven't even really thought about how I'm laying this out. So we'll do that together. We'll do that together. I think first I just have to solder the shield on the teensy. And then from there we can decide where we're hooking everything up to. We've got, oh, here, let me flip over to my hand cam. Hi guys. OSHA compliant stream. Kinda. I do have a fan, but if I turn it on, it's going to be really loud and it's going to be hard to talk over, so I'm a little worried. We're making a tiny guitar is the plan today. We're making a little tiny like automaton style guitar. So this is what you strum on, is like, and then where is it? Where's my soft pot? Here it is. This is the neck, so you can like, right, you can shred on this thing obviously. And then there's an on off switch. Pretty pink hands. Thank you. Thank you. Do you like my bisexual lighting? Do you like the bisexual lighting? I think it really brings out all of my weird veins. Um, but look at my little code bug ring. Isn't it cute? Oh, I meant to show you guys. I finally got a chance to fire, well, I guess the oven, so not really to fire, our little square code bug and our little heart-shaped code bug. He's so good. He's so small. Those bugs are cooked. True, true. In addition to our chud bug, who's like honestly the best work of art I've ever made. Like he just turned out so look at his attitude, you know? He's flawless. Our shiny code bug. Our regular code bug. Long, long man. I kind of want to put him on like 2 rings, so that he can be like brass knuckles. What do you guys think? Like, and then when I punch someone out, as I often do, as you can tell, with my big sturdy hands and my huge meaty forearms, then you know they'll get a face full of code bug. You know, bug knuckles. Wouldn't that be kind of awesome? I think I should put it on 2 rings, like brass knuckles. And then finally, last but definitely not least, round bug. What? IDM! IDM, I don't know what to say. I never know what to say. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. Thank you, IDM. That is a lot of subs. Holy moly. Holy freaking moly. Oh my god. I think this is the one that looks the least scuffed. Thank you so much, IDM. Oh, for 100. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, holy indeed. Also, if I lean too far forward, you will see the top of my head. And if you do, no, you didn't. But I just want to have enough of a field of view that we can solder. I thank you so much. Overlays aren't showing. Oh wait, I forgot. Let me make sure that I have the subathon stuff up here. There we go. Which means we gotta move Chudson a little. Get over here. There we go. Much better. Much better. Bald spot, Cam. I don't have a bald spot. Take it back. I don't have a bald spot. Chelly got moved. Yeah, look at her go though. She's so happy. She's so full of life. Thank you so much again, IDM. I never know what to say. Thank you so much. It means an awful lot. And it's really, really kind of you. And oh, now we are at 4128, which means we only have like 122 more to the Codebug Cursor pack. So, you literally bald with the boys. You must have a bald spot. Oh God, what if that's true? What if that podcast is slowly but surely making me bald? That's fine. I'll wear a hat. I'll wear a big hat. Okay. Wait, that's kind of genius. When I do this stream in the future, I'll just wear a big hat. And then you guys won't be able to see nothing. And I can even put a hat on my model so it'll be even more immersive. Okay, so now we have all of this room for activities, perceive. So I think the first thing is we're just gonna solder our teensy on this board. This is our audio shield. And then we're going to do the jankest thing you've ever seen. You guys are not ready for it. We're just going to solder to the pins that stick out. We're just going to solder to the pins that stick out. It's pretty jank. It's pretty bad. You building a robot? We're building a tiny little stupid guitar. And then the hat falls off and you try and cover up, but we've already seen everything. You've seen my bald spot! You've seen my bald spot! Just solder in the giant inflatable T-Rex. Dude, that's so unsafe though. That thing is like made of flammable plastics. There's a musician I know, the dad of my best friend, who pretty much always wears a hat in pictures because he's bald. Most people don't know. I admire the commitment. Dude, if you ever need like, Hyper Rookie, thank you so much, put a code bug on a hat for the Easter egg. Oh, that would be so cute. If you ever need like evidence that the thing that you're afraid of doing, the change that you're afraid of, might turn out beautifully and okay, and like when it all falls down, it'll all fall down like confetti. If you ever need evidence like of that, what you should do is go on r/bald. It's the only good place on Reddit, and it's where guys who are like, oh, I'm really scared, I really love my hair, and I'm scared to shave it. What if I don't look good once I shave it? And then they shave it and they look so good every time. Varo, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Let's go. Thank you, Varo. Banana chats for Varo. Lots of women post there too. Bald looks good on everyone. So true. So true. Oh my gosh. Both of my sisters have at some point been bald actually. Because one of my sisters was bald when she was very sick. And then my other sister was bald because her best friend was very sick. And so in solidarity, with her going bald from her treatment, she shaved her head. So I'm the only one of the mini pot girls that's never been bald. But I spent most of my youth with a really awful bowl cut, so it's similar enough, I guess. The caveat is that if you're tall and skinny, you look like a cancer patient and people get concerned. I don't know. It depends. Like I worked with a guy who was tall and skinny and bald, and he didn't look like a cancer patient. He really pulled it off. But I think you have to put some effort into how you dress if you're tall and skinny and bald, because otherwise you might look like a cancer patient, So you just got to dress like you're not a cancer patient, right? You just got to dress like you're not a cancer patient. Yeah, I feel like Yeah, I feel like that subreddit is so good for my soul. Whenever I'm starting to feel like, oh God, what if, everything changes? What if I don't know what I'm doing? Going back to school scary. Then I'm just like, look at this man. Look at this man. He didn't know what it was going to be like. He was so scared. He was like, what if I cut my hair off and I look worse? But then he cut his hair off and he looked a lot better, you know? So, so yeah, there's hope for all of us that every way that we change could be better, better and better. What does it mean to dress like a cancer patient, always in a hospital gown? No, I just mean like, listen, people currently undergoing chemo do not have like a lot of energy for like really dressing to the nines, like they're mostly going to be wearing like basketball shorts and a t-shirt, or a hospital gown. But no, usually like basketball shorts and a t-shirt. They're going to be wearing pajamas, because that stinks. Actually, chemo is very unpleasant, is my understanding. So people who are going through chemo or radiation are usually not dressed like real nice, right? Because everything hurts. So they're wearing the clothes that people generally wear when they're sick. What are we? What are we making? We're making a tiny little guitar. Where's the piece of cardboard? Here it is. So, we have a piece of cardboard. It's a little bit gross. That's because there was clay on it, and the clay made it like that. And then we have our microcontroller with an audio shield so that we can, use the audio as like an amp. We actually have an extension for this. Will the cardboard eventually become wood? Yes! Oh my gosh. Yes, no, it's not just gonna be like this. Can we call the guitar the Stradivarius? Yes, we can actually. We can actually. Yeah, dressing up for chemo. It's like how sometimes old people still get dressed up to go fly on airplanes and everyone else is in their sweatpants. I feel like that's what it would be like to like be dressing up fancy to get your chemo. So, see? So it'll be like there. So it'll be like a jack on a real guitar. Yes, I am getting better. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we got our teensy, which is going to be the brain. We've got an audio shield, which we're mostly just using for the audio jack, and for audio management, because we're not going to be generating our own signal. We're just going to be playing samples of guitar. This is going to be our whammy bar, right? We're going to use a joystick, and we're just going to lock it on axis to be our whammy bar. Right? And then we got this, which is our battery management. We got this, which is our battery. And then we got this, which is a soft pot for the neck, right? So it's going to be like, boom, 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 right? And then we got this, which is just an on-off switch. Oh, and this is for strumming. It's just a pressure-sensitive resistor, so force sensitive resistor. So yeah, if you do this, right, we can detect that. And if you do it harder, it'll be louder. So yeah, that's the whole design of the whole thing. It's pretty simple, and honestly, I haven't given it a lot of thought ahead of time, which, like, I probably should have given some thought. Force sensitive synth guitar! Wait! That's so good! Would it be too crazy to use the other axis for vibrato? Well, I mean, this axis is already kind of for vibrato, right? This is like pitch bend, right? A whammy bar. So we could use the other axis. What I was thinking of using the other axis for is if we have one spot where it can go the other way, it would be kind of fun to make it so that you can select the key. And then it would be like quantized into that key. So you couldn't play any notes that weren't in the key, so you could just kind of solo, even if you didn't know what you were doing, and everything you played would sound good. I think that would be kind of fun. Can the fretboard detect multiple discrete touches, chords, or are we monotonic instruments here? I mean, this thing, no. If I had multiple next to each other, I kind of considered having two thin pots next to each other. Like one here and then one next to it, and then having them like a fifth apart, so that you could like bar up and be playing in open fifths, or so that you could, you know, just move through them and play multiple notes at the same time. But this is going to be simpler, and if the point is to make something that is really easy for someone to play, if they don't know how to play, then yeah. So this is a flex pot. No, is a soft pot. The idea is that it's like a linear potentiometer, but it's there's no like slider thing. It's just like this. Hope you're well today. Thank you, Illyrian. I am much better. I am much better. Hand reveal. I mean, I've revealed these mitts before, but yeah, I am nervous about it every time. Cause look at my freaking blood vessels, man. Who wouldn't be? Ew. Ew, disgusting. Disgusting. But yeah, no. So yeah, here are my creepy little witch hands full of blood. Um, FSRs are amazing. Yeah, yeah. So that's what we're gonna be using to detect strums. Is that a wedding ring? Wait. Wait. You're asking if this is a wedding ring? You wanna know if someone joined me in a holy matrimony by giving me this thing? You wanna ask if a priest held up this ring right here, and said, Ellie, do you take this man to be your lovely wedded husband? And I said yes, and then my betrothed placed this clay code bug ring onto my hand, making me his wife. Yes, this is my wedding ring. Oh, I love that for me. That would be cute. That would be cute. That would be cute. I feel like it wouldn't look like this though, you know? Like I feel like at least for a wedding ring, it could be made by someone on Etsy. Where's the honeymoon? Right here, man. Right here, the honeymoon is the subathon. Let's go. Yeah. Cast metal code bug ring? That would be cute. That would be cute. Is the subathon a secret honeymoonathon? Honeymoonathon is kind of cursed. That's extremely cursed. Blinged out code bug. Married to robotics. Get that guy made out of like topaz and emeralds. Oh, horrible. Okay, yeah, big Horkin blood diamonds, please. Blood diamonds only. I want to know that someone suffered for my love. Yeah, honeymoonathon would be a very specific kind of couple, and honestly, they sound exhausting, but I'm really glad that they found each other, and I hope that they enjoy a life of love and peace. Stream the wedding? Bleh. Bleh. Terrible. Listen, you guys, if I am I lucky enough to get married, I'm not. There's no way I'm streaming the wedding, bro. I'm not streaming the wedding. I might commission art of my model in a wedding dress, but I'm not streaming the wedding. Yeah, what Duolingo level do I get my government appointed wedding? Oh, that's such a good question. I don't know. I have to look it up on the French government website. What level I have to be in French Duolingo before. So okay, for those of you who don't know, there's this bit where like if you get to level 50 in French Duolingo, the government issues a French boy as like an incentive program. It's not a very good bit, but you know, we stick with what works, man. So, I got to level 50. Right. It's a real thing. Right. It's not a bit because it's a real thing. Honeymoonathon. Honey got summoned. Hi, honey. Yeah, it's a legal thing. So, you know, as now that I got to level 50 in Duolingo, I'm waiting. Obviously, right, French government bureaucracy is going to take a while to get me. Yeah, guys, he just goes to a different school, okay? To get that French boy for me, but I did receive face revealed and doxed at my own wedding. Bleh. Bleh. Illyrian the Red, thank you so much. Thank you so much. No. You're like, sorry, it seemed like a reasonable question to ask. No, it was a cute question. I'm sorry that I was joking so hard about it. I hope you're all right. I hope that I didn't hurt your feelings. Of course my nieces would be at the wedding. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't want to get married without them there. Is it specifically French boys or can we get any boys? Well, different governments have different incentive programs. You know, so obviously like check first before you start going through Duolingo. If you want a free French boy, or any kind of boy, you know, check what incentive programs exist for the country you're interested in. But yeah, no, this joke is like sort of about human trafficking, I guess, at this point. That's a little horrifying. You know, I never meant it to go there, but that's kind of where it's gotten to. Anyway, can you make multiple accounts to get more? What are you gonna do with more of them? How many do you need? What about French girls? I don't know, man. You gotta check the website for the incentive program. What about him? Don't expect the French bureaucracy to be quick about it, Ellie. Yeah, no. So unfortunately, I don't know when that's gonna happen, and I don't know at what level I get a wedding. But you know, we'll just keep going along. Best we can do is a French femboy. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is your French boy ethically sourced? Wait, that's so funny. Imagine they send you your French boy and it's a mime. Oh, that'd be so sad because you can finally speak to him in French and he can't speak back. You can finally understand French and he can't talk. French tomboy? Oh man, yeah. Well, you know, just read up real good on the incentive program before you get started in the program learning on Duolingo. And you should be all right. Hello, thank you so much for 3 months. Listening while I mow the lawn in midday in the Florida heat and humidity. Wish me luck. Good luck. Good luck. Please be safe. You know the signs of know the signs of like heat stress and heat stroke and take good care of yourself. I know you probably do. Because you live in Florida. So you have to stay hydrated. Thank you. I will. Guys, look at my tea. Isn't it good? Doesn't it look good? I guess it looks like pure darkness. You guys have no idea if it looks good. Do you want a sip of the void? Do you want a sip of the void? Do you want to sample the abyss? Oh man. Oh man. Okay, here we go. We gotta get started on all this mess. Let me plug in my soldering iron. That usually makes it work better. Usually it works better when it's plugged the frick in. Back to melting metal. Yeah, we're gonna do a little soldering hand cam. I don't know what this is. I'm like beatboxing with it. What the frick is this bit? A little soldering for a little guitar. And then, guys, once we finish, we can say, yeah, I play a little guitar. Guys, what if that's my audition video for Wildcard? What if my audition video is just me being like, I can play a little guitar, and then it's just like metal riffs and like footage of me playing this stupid little guitar? I think that's a good bit, and I think they'd like it. How small is this guitar? Tiny. Like literally this big. Like actually this big. You recently started watching my streams and you're a French boy currently studying computer science in uni. So you're kind of curious about this whole thing. Do you actually need a French person to help you learn French? No, you are very kind, but I am just fine. Thank you very much. I do, in fact, have people to practice with. I would love to know streamers who speak French because I think it would be fun to do like goofy little streams where like I can only speak to them in French and you know, they like I want to do like goofy foreign language type streams because I think that would be fun in Spanish and French, which are the 2 languages I'm learning. But off of stream, I have a lot of people to practice with. Don't worry, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, don't. I'm all good. I'm all good. The bit is a bit. Frankie speaks French? I didn't know that. Sorry, collab when? This is the problem is like, Avo speaks French? Wait, she does? Because I know that Shumi speaks like a little French, but not much French. Careful, the French government might kidnap you to give you away to a white American person. Yeah, that is a horrifying fate, isn't it? French boys must be so scared. French boys must be so scared. They're like, dude, any American girl who does Duolingo, I can't, like, I'm not ready. Poor French boys. Aqua? You think she does? I don't know, actually. I should ask her. French and Spanish, so Spench. Spench? Spench? Matara speaks French. Guys, this is the problem is like, I never know how to explain. Like, on the one hand, all VTubers know each other. Like, if there are two VTubers, you haven't seen them talk on stream for a while, but you know that they know each other, they're probably talking off stream. But that does not mean that all VTubers know each other like this. Like, I can't just write to Matara, you know, that's, I don't know her. Like, I can't just write to Matara and be like, please stream with me. I'm Ellie. Thank you. Good day. Matara would be perfect. I love Matara because I love bugs. Did Ellie spawn a child? Why are there two models? One is only responding to the sound of my voice. One is only responding to the way that I look and my visual tracking. And we're just kind of comparing them and seeing how it works and the differences. I just think they're both cute, and I like using them both. Okay, okay. Time to get started melting metal. Both are cute. As a fan of Matara, you could totally just ask. I don't know. This is also a new Pinesil, which is pretty exciting. And a little sad because my old one is no more. I gave the old one to my dad because he was using a soldering iron that I swear to God was from like probably the 90s. And it was really awful and awful to use. So I gave him my Pinesil when I was leaving because I wasn't sure how they would like it on the plane anyway. So this is a new Pinesil, and I do miss my old one. But that's okay. Because now we have a new one. God, they're so good, dude. They're so good. It's such a good iron. Yummy solder smoke. Good for me. Important for my health. Delicious and nutritious. I like to breathe tin. Very nice. I feel like it's not that big an issue. This is kind of a big room, and it's sort of, there's like airflow already in the room because the window is open. So it definitely seems like it could be way worse. As things go, I'm not super worried about it. And I'm pretty careful about these things. As of late, I've become more careful. I used to be a very safety third kind of person. But I feel like the amount of solder smoke that we're going to breathe today is like not bad. Are you making Megan? Yes. Yes, we're making Megan the doll, the talking doll who kills people. That's our evil plan. Yeah, safety at least 1.5 to 2.5. Okay. Almost done. Come on, you. There we go. And now we inspect and see how we did. And if there are any that want a little bit more or a little bit of a touch up. You are still a little bit hungry for solder, but everyone else looks pretty good. Just that one. I don't even think I'm going to be using that pin, but that's alright. That's alright. He can have a little more as a treat. Very good. Very beautiful. Let's go, gang. Chelly loves soldering noises. Who doesn't? Look at that. Nice and clean. Pretty. But Lauren, thank you so much for the prime sub. Is that a fruit? I have a fruit. Do you guys want to see a fruit? It's from the garden. These grew outside. So exciting. So exciting. You know nothing about soldering? What's in the black ball? Copper. It's hungry for the solder. It's hungrier than the tip of this thing, so you clean it off in here. You just like kind of scrape it and clean it off so that it doesn't get gross and yucky. So that you can continue to solder with it. Perfect. Fresh juice. Yeah, I'm not gonna eat without washing my hands because as we've discussed, safety 1.5. Okay, cool. So now we have all of our legs on here. We can get started figuring out where everything actually goes. So give me 1 minute to sort out all of my windows over here. How much time it took to learn electronics, it would be really grateful to me. I mean, everybody's still learning always, right? So I certainly wouldn't say that I've learned electronics and it's very simple and easy for me now. A project like this is pretty simple, and I'll explain it as I go along, and then you would be set up to do a project like this just fine. But yeah, no, I'm learning electronics, right? It's something that you're never going to be done with. You're going to be doing forever. So this guy, for example, is gonna want... I think that the outer ones are reversible. So this one is gonna get 3.3 volts, which is gonna be here. That pin right there. This one is gonna get ground, which is there. And the middle one is gonna go to any analog pin. Now, let's talk about analog versus digital pins, right? And that's just the difference between, like, this guy gives like a smooth a smooth array of values, right? Like if I'm down here, it's giving one value. If I'm up here, it's giving another value, right? And that value has to be like a value representing where I am on this thing, right? So it's a whole range of values. Whereas this thing just needs to say on or off, right? What chip it is in the first place? I'm just using a teensy because I'm lazy and this is a little fast project. If I were doing this, if I were going to make another one of these and I were going to take it very seriously, I would probably just make a board for it. I would probably just print a board for it. PCBWay sponsor me. You're my first channel that I'm following. Congratulations. I am honored. Thank you, Ash, my name. I'm honored. You want to build a portable printer for a game project? But the electronics assembly side is admittedly scaring you. There's cool guides on GitHub, but hard to say if they're doable before all the semi-expensive parts are in your hand. Yeah, okay, that is the hard part, is that if you're doing things with actual hardware, then you risk ruining it and it costing money. Teensy versus Arduino. Teensy's cheaper. I think it has a better ecosystem. I personally would probably never buy anything that's like branded Arduino. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just really expensive. And it's kind of bulky. And I don't really think it belongs in most projects in its entirety. And that's all, really. Yeah, ESP32 is great. I like a Teensy as well. I think they're pretty flexible and can always breadboard to test. I do have a breadboard for testing here, but I think I'm not going to use it because the circuitry for this is really, really simple and straightforward. And should kind of just work, which, you know, is a perfect recipe for me to eat my words later. But yeah, for now, I think I'm all right to just wing it. Moments said moments before disaster. You use Raspberry Pi? Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I think a Raspberry Pi is kind of overkill in like 95% of the projects it's used in, but in the things it's not, it's great for that. Um, you love the Pico? Yeah, the Pico's pretty good. I'm drinking more tea. Peer into the void, everyone. Peer into the void. Okay. Okay, onward. Onward. Um, so I guess we do our soft pot first. Let's get the leads on it and then we can solder them on here. Um, I haven't actually opened up my wire box yet. Argon Fox Cluster, thank you so much for 5 gifted! Wait, can we please get some banana chads in chat for Argon Fox Cluster? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are we still doing volume checks? I should probably stay quieter than I'm being, but outside of that, I think it's okay for me to be like a little bit louder than I was yesterday, for instance, because I do have my voice back a little and I don't want to lose it. But Maxiosu, thank you. Thank you so much. Every gift, Ellie's voice goes even higher. That's not true. That's not true. Yeah, voice feeling a little better at least. So much better. I was really worried that, like, I mean, not to be gross, but that throwing up a lot last night would make my voice worse. But it does seem like it's still recovered, like, a lot, even though. So I'm really happy about that. I'm really excited about that. And then we have the strippers. Ba-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da. And my jokes are so funny. I'm like a dad. I'm such a funny guy. Yeah, guys. It's amazing that Twitch lets me stream this stuff. I'm so silly. How do I get away with being so silly? You're a dad, Judson and all. It's so true. Look at him there. Look at my beautiful baby boy. Your hands were made for this? You've got sausage fingers? There are a lot of advantages to having tiny little baby hands. There are also a lot of disadvantages. I would say that it works out pretty even. What you really want is to build a power team of people with multiple sizes of hands. You look very familiar, but I can't place how or where I would have seen you. A cutie pie nonetheless. Thank you! Thank you so much. Wait, you mean like my model is familiar or my hands are familiar? You're like trying to place like, you're like, I've seen those hands before. 20 years ago, I saw these hands on a child. And now, before me today, I see them once more. I never forgot those hands. Noir music plays. I'm so sorry. I'm silly today. I was up very late last night feeling unwell and now I'm silly. In before Ellie's mom was a hand model, she was not, but my mom does have pretty hands. She's always had very pretty hands. Dude, I was showing my friend pictures of pictures of my sister's wedding and like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Like, this is a weird thing to say, but like, I forgot how beautiful my mom looked at my sister's wedding. And I was like almost tearing up, man. I don't even know. I think I mostly just miss my parents. I think I mostly just miss my parents because I was looking at the pictures and I was like, they looked so beautiful that day. Have you ever thought of trying to recreate Optimus Prime? I feel like that's it's a bit, there's a bit of scope on that project. So not sure if we'll be doing that on account of lot of scope. Quick, get married, then you can see them again like this. Oh, I miss my mom. I miss my mom. I want to call her. I want to call her because she had a job interview that she was like really nervous about. I think yesterday. And I want to like check in and see how it went because I really hope she got this job, man. She's been working in education forever and it's like her love and her joy, but she had a job for most of my childhood where she was kind of an everything teacher, which is exactly where she wants to be, right? She wants to teach like every language and musical theater and all of the music stuff and voice lessons and whatever. She wants to be an everything teacher, but most schools don't need an everything teacher. So, is she one of the B daughters to Cha Cha? Yes. Yes. Most schools don't need an everything teacher. So since then, she's kind of been working as just like a something teacher, and it's been making her a little bit sad, right? She's been doing science, she's been doing like their tech classes and shop classes. Then at another place, she'll be doing like Spanish, and then at another place, right? But like, she wants to be an everything teacher again. And there's this tiny, tiny school that was like, we need an everything teacher. Can you be our everything teacher? And I want her to get this job so bad. Guys, she would be so happy. I just like haven't seen her that happy. And when I was a kid, I need you guys to understand that my mom's classroom was the most magical place on earth. Like literally, there was no other place on earth like my mom's classroom. She had built a stage into like the side of her classroom. So there was just like this stupid stage in a regular classroom. And then she had like the whole costume section in the back of the room. And kids, she would give them like, they had 2 minutes from the time the bell rung. They had 2 minutes to go put on whatever costumes they wanted, as long as they were back in their seats and ready to study very seriously. So if you walked into like a random Spanish class, all of the kids would be wearing like princess dresses and wizard hats. Like it was just so sick. What age range does she like teaching? She says she likes middle school best. She says that middle school is like the best age to teach because they're still like as hungry for information as little kids, but they're like bringing more of their own information with them. Oh my gosh, my mom's classroom was the best. There would always be like a collection of dorks because, okay, my mom loves D&D and she loves to DM. And so she would always have like a group of kids that either already knew and already played or that she like taught and like brought this to them. And then they would play D&D in her room after school. And there would be like always kids playing all the instruments in her classroom. And like, oh my God, she's so cool. She's so cool. And she got like, she was fast on getting a 3D printer in there. Mom's DM sessions would be awesome. Dude, I would love. So my parents always DM'd for the three of us. Like whenever we were on a family trip, for every holiday, this is what we do. Like our Christmas celebration is that my parents will write a Christmas themed one shot, or more recently, my sister's husband will write and DM a Christmas themed one shot. And then what characters did you play? What do you think I played? I played a righteous paladin. I played an enormous woman with big muscles. Of course I did. Lab Rats D&D stream 1. Dude, I want that. I want that. But yeah, compensating. But yeah, no, I'm really hopeful. I really hope she gets this job and she can have that classroom again. And yeah, have her little collection of dorks that call her classroom home. I think it would make her really happy, and it would make me really happy. So, first off, we're gonna have to have a way to branch ground and power. I'm pretty sure that power is gonna be going 3.3 volts is gonna go to, let me think. I gotta think. Okay. So 3.3 volts is going to be going to the thin pot. It's going to be going to the FSR. And it's going to be going to the joystick. Ground is going to be going to ground on the battery board. And all of those three things that we said before. So I think that's everything. So we need 4 branches on ground, and we need 3 branches on 3.3 volt. Is there anything I'm forgetting? I think that's everything. Yeah? Okay, okay. So we need 3 branches on power on 3.3, 4 branches on ground. So let's do ground first. We can leave these pretty long. You like teaching and learning, you hate assignments and grading. Your favorite class was a senior college math class, where the questions gave you where attending and asking questions gave you an A. Oh yeah, that is good. More than our other classes and was more fun that way. Yeah. I think that it depends on who you are, whether grades are particularly motivating or demotivating to you. For a lot of people, I think they are kind of demotivating. College is very self-directed, and your biggest regret is that you never is that you went pretty asocial for it. Take the opportunities you can to meet people. Yes, college is such a wonderful place to meet people. If you're a weird guy and you've had trouble meeting other weird guys in your life, I feel like college is kind of the best place to do it. That's where all the weird guys are. All the weird guys are at college. If you don't have friends in high school or middle school, I'm here to tell you today, there's so much hope for you, because I didn't either. And now I have friends, and it's because you make friends in college. If you're confident enough to send a message, just keep that energy into class and you should be fine. Yeah, college of weird guys. What gauge is this? What gauge is this? Please. Please, sir. Okay, 26. Does this go to 26? It does. That's the minimum. Ooh, we lost a little on that. I think we could probably do the next size up, honestly. Let's try 24. 24 is way cleaner on this wire. What the frick are they saying, 26? More like 24, am I right? Oh, that's so clean at 24. Go into debt to make friends. Got it. Dude, I hear you. College is expensive. But hey, a lot of people don't even, here in this chat, don't even live in a country where college is expensive, which is so crazy. I can't even wrap my head around that. The idea of free college is like actually so insane to me. Oh my god. I can't even picture what that is. They're smaller than they look. Yeah, the problem is that I have tiny baby hands, so everything looks disproportionate, and you can't tell how big anything is. For reference, here's my water bottle, right? My hand doesn't go halfway around it. That's not that huge a water bottle. What's the soldering project? We're making a little guitar. Little tiny baby guitar. At least 2 liters in that? Not even close. Not even close. Bro, that's so funny. Several gallon water bottle. Let me check. Let me check for you guys how much is actually in this. Guys, it's not even 1 liter. If I'm correct, it's not even 1 liter. 32 ounces? Yeah, yeah, I know. I'm not hydration maxing. I think I actually want a little bit more space on all of these. We're gonna strip them a little further back. We'll probably, yeah, strip the other side so that we don't wind up losing more than we want to. I probably could have gone further even. Let's be conservative. Calling it stripping will never not be funny to you. Same, same. Oh my god, I don't know when I'm supposed to grow up, but clearly not yet. I can't wait to be enough of an adult that I can find that not funny. I'm waiting for that day to come with bated breath. I'm so excited for it. Okay, we have these all together. Now we strip the other side because I want a little bit longer to work with. You live in Denmark? All your education is free, including university? Frick you! Frick you, man! Keep the whimsy alive. Don't let that flame die out. Heck yeah! God, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine college being free. That's such a crazy thing. What I really wish I had were like an extra pair of hands. You know, the little soldering hands? I never know what you call those, but like, you know them? I wish I had one of those. Because this is going to be a little gross. This is going to be a little bit of a struggle. Oh. Oh. It's all coming apart. Okay, it's not my favorite, but that should kind of work. Helping hands with the alligator clips. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. But this should work. This should be fine. Let this heat back up. I would not let kids my hold my wires while I solder. Little helping hands are not called kids. That is not the use of a child. It's not very OSHA approved of you. All right, not so bad. Not so bad. You taught your kids to solder at 7? Yeah, but you didn't make them hold the wires while you soldered. Right? There's education and then there's like questionably child endangerment, right? Teaching kids to solder at whatever age you want to do that, I don't have a problem with it. Making kids hold the wire while you solder it, I do have a problem with. Builds the Burns build character. Yeah. Character is very important in children. You've got to develop character however you can. We need a section like this. Pull yourself together, man. There we go. Ugh. We need a slightly bigger one because it was soldered badly. But that's fine because we have a whole box here of different sizes of heat shrink. What is she rubbing the soldering stick into? Oh, this thing. It's full of copper. So it steals the solder off of your soldering iron so that your soldering iron doesn't get as gross. Wow, okay. We have some heat shrink. This one looks too big, and this one looks too small. This one looks the same as this one. Butts, man, butts! That's total butts. That's gonna be such overkill. That's okay. I don't even know if that's gonna work. Ah, well, one way to find out, huh? Yeah, that's gonna be huge. Not even freaking close. You can keep trying with this one. Maybe if we try another one from the other side as well? Where was that piece? Here it was. Yeah, no chance of these all fitting in here, but... You need a child to hold the wires for you. Yeah, clearly. Clearly that's the problem here. We'll see, man. We'll see. Is this a green grid mat that you lay on your normal desk, or do you have like a workbench? Right now, this desk is kind of my workbench, and it's a little grim. Yeah, it could be better. But I quite like the desk anyway. But yeah, this is just a self-healing mat, because if you're going to be cutting things, you should cut them on a self-healing mat. So this is a self-healing mat on my regular desk right now, is the answer to your question, I think. The green grid is such good workbench aesthetic. Heck yeah. I'm glad. This is so janky, man. This whole project is going to be pretty janky though. So, you know what? We enjoy the journey. It's the climb, as Miley Cyrus said. Ain't about how fast you get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. Ooh, it's the climb. Self-healing mat does regular therapy? Yeah, oh my gosh. So healthy, this mat. Try one more time. While I still use my electric for quick leaded repairs, I absolutely loathe it for quick copper draws the heat out of the joints. I much prefer my butane soldering iron because of how quick it heats, how localized the heating is. Do you have a preference for one over the other? I've only ever used electric, so I don't. And the mat is mixed with clay, so it's malleable. Yeah, unfortunately, it's mixed with a little too much clay because I got clay all over it. What brand is your soldering iron? It's a Teensy, which I quite like. I think it works really well. I had like a cheap bad one before, and the Teensy is way better than that. And it's still pretty cheap even, so... I would recommend it if you want a soldering iron like this one. Which not everyone does. Everyone has their preferences. Oh my gosh, wait, did I say it's a teensy? Sorry, my brain is elsewhere. It's a Pine-Sol. I'm so sorry. Oh my god, my brain is so elsewhere. Guys, I'm so used to answering teensy. Okay, whatever. This is one of those things about streaming, is that your brain becomes sauce while because you're talking while you're doing other things. And the result is, you rang? Hello, Big Sosky. Wait, that's so funny. Potential sponsorship lost. They don't I don't think Pine-Sol is sponsoring anyone. I don't think Teensy is either. This heat shrink is simply too big. It's not gonna work for this. I wish I had an in-between size. This sucks. This sucks bad. Sucks butts. Okay, so I do have an in-between size. It's just not black. That's fine with me. I think that's fine at this point. Oh my gosh. Thank God. Ah, see, like a glove. That's gonna be perfect. Like a glove. So much better. Okay, cool. Now this whole joint feels pretty good. Just gonna make sure that this is as tight as it can get. Yeah, now this whole joint feels pretty good. We have it split. Hello, new here. I'm Dad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, so we have our ground split. Now we need to do the same thing with power, but we only need 3 branches on there. About to there, and then like 3 of the same length. And we do have red ones of that size, so at least our red one will look pretty. At least our power one will look pretty. Let's wrap them up together. So they're friends. Ooh, that one came out way better. Let it get up to temperature. I don't know, Ellie. I end up watching VTubers that is wholesome for some reason, like you, Churchy, and Cerber. Wait, what? Wait, what? I don't know, Ellie. I end up watching VTubers that is wholesome for some reason, like you, Churchy, and Cerber. But I am wholesome, and Churchy's kind of wholesome. She's wholesome in her own way. She's just a different kind of wholesome from the rest of us. Churchy say so. Talking about stripping, I'm talking about using wire strippers. I'm wholesome. I'm so wholesome. Educational STEM content. Family-friendly educational STEM content. It couldn't be more wholesome than this, man. This is as wholesome as it frickin' gets. Whoa, this is why I pay for the internet. Yo! I'm honored. Thank you for being here. Where'd the little one go? There it is. So we put this one on here. And then we can shrink that down, and that should be really nice on this joint. That should lend it a lot of structure. And then we'll put the big one on top. The duality of VTuber are Ellie and Curly. And yet I feel we have a lot in common. It's interesting, you know? It just goes to show you that, like, the ways that we have of classifying content are useful for some things and less useful for other things. So, you know, I don't curse. We do a lot of educational content. We have some kids who watch, and we treasure them. But at the same time, I am pretty gross. I'm just gross in ways that are family friendly, you know? Hold on, Curly is educational? Not in anything I'd want to teach a child about. Twitch has changed. They got anime characters making bombs. Yeah, so what you're gonna want to do, chat, what you're gonna want to do is cut the red wire. Can I ask a big favor? The next solder you make, talk me slowly through it, please. I want to learn it. Oh, I should have done it when I was doing the through-hole soldering on here. But the answer is honestly, just do it, feel it out, right? There are tons of videos that will offer you tips from people who are way better at soldering than I am. Bomb diffusing with a little robot, with a little anime robot. But, okay, so this is going to be a little bit janky, but we're literally just soldering this directly to the 3.3 pin here. So we're going to strip it. Ba-da-ba-ba. I'm so sorry. Ba-da-ba-ba. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then this is where I would want the helping hands. I think I might have them. Would you guys give me a second to go look for them? Give me like 1 second, because I think I even know where they are. You're gonna hear some like clattering and clanging, and then you're gonna see my bald spot when I come back. You're gonna see that my growing bald spot as I bald with the boys further and further every week. I have 1 second. Oh God. Okay, so I found it. I found it, but it's a little bit overkill and enormous. And also, I have a solution to the problem of you guys potentially being able to see the top of my head if I'm not careful. Check this out, huh? Check that out! I got a baseball cap on. Yeah, we're saved, we're saved, we're safe. Okay. I thought she was gonna bring a kid! Yeah, guys, I don't have kids available, unfortunately, so I'll have to use one of these like a peasant. But yeah, this should help a good deal. I'm just gonna remove these because they're a little excessive and in the way. And I don't think we need this thing either. Very nice, very nice. The children yearn for the wires. So true. So true. There we go. Now, where was our red one? Is gonna get soldered right there. Dude, the hat is such good tech. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. Because I'm dumb is why I didn't think of this before, actually. Where did I put the... There it is. I found the solder, everybody. I found the solder. Using your actual hands when you solder? I don't think you're weird for that. Maybe that's smart, actually. Maybe that's what a real woman in STEM does. She just burns the frick out of her hands. I just spend forever lining it up. That's what I do. And it's really annoying and it takes so much longer. And there's probably a much better way. But this is what I've always done. Oh! Okay, I think that's pretty on there. Very nice. Clean it up. Much better. Alas, it was not very on there. But it was on there enough that we should now be able to get it more easily like this. So now let's take this one, hang it by that. This is gonna desolder it, which is gonna be annoying. Yeah, okay, we're gonna try that again. We're gonna try that again. It was soldered at kind of an angle, so we couldn't leave it like that because the heat shrink wouldn't be able to cover it and it would just be like sticking out awkwardly forever. So that's not ideal, so we're gonna try it again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. All you need to know is how to read meters and scopes. For what? For some things you need to know that stuff, but for other things you need to know other things. I wouldn't say all you need to know, depending on what they're asking to learn, is how to read meters and scopes. Ugh, it got all tangly and gross. We might want to cut it and... For people sitting here to learn, this is not what you should do. You shouldn't do it like this. This is a very bad idea and a very bad way to do it. The Beatles told me all you need is love. I mean, that might also be true, but again, it depends on what you're working on. If you're soldering, you don't really need love, I don't think. But you know, I guess it's always good to have. Why did it just turn off? Stupid. My hat keeps hitting the mic. I gotta move this down a little bit. There we go. You'll never understand pulse width modulation, the coding aspect. Oh, this is easy. So if you have a signal that instead of sending a range of values can only send 2 values, right? You have a signal that can only send 2 values. How do you communicate a range of values with this signal? And the answer is you use the percentage of the time it's at one value instead of the other, right? So if you're flipping back and forth between the 2 signals, right? The percentage of the time you spend at each signal, right? Morse code, but very fast. Yeah, that's a good way to say it, right? Is gonna let you send a range of values via something that can only send two values. Does that help you? Do you now understand? Think about a light switch. So some lights have a dimmer, right? Some lights have a dimmer that you can slide upside down, up and down, so that you can like set the lights kind of lower or off or fully on. Some lights only have a switch. Now, theoretically, if you flipped that switch back and forth as fast as you could, right? Faster than you could even. At a certain point, it would look like the room was just dim, right? It was just half as bright. Exactly, right? That's pulse width modulation, right? Mm-hmm. Ugh, I have to at least tin this. Let's at least get this to sit flat, please. Because right now it's just being so annoying. Did that help? Do you feel like you understand now? Is there anything you still don't understand about it? Okay. Very nice. Now it will at least stay together, which will be a little easier. Come on, just get like a little bit stuck. Okay, we're gonna have to put you much closer so that you'll at least sit next to each other. Why does it keep cooling all the way freaking down? It's really annoying. Like, even while it's in use, it starts cooling itself, which is crazy work. Okay, there we go. She looks very locked in. I was pretty locked in. Safety? I don't know. My last one didn't do that. Wait! Oh my gosh, Zarathustra! I'm sorry I didn't see her raid. I was so locked in. Welcome, raiders. Hi. I'm Ellie. Thank you, Zarathustra. I'm sorry, I didn't notice you. I was locked all the way in. I was locked so locked in. I'm so sorry. We can use a shorter piece here. Like that. You got gunk on the barrel? Will that retain heat? I mean, that wouldn't cause it to shut off. Uh-huh. And then we heat shrink it so that it doesn't interfere with the other pins. Which would be bad. And we don't want that. Cool. Now we have power all dealt with. Very nice. Now we need to do the same with ground. So we've learned our lesson, so let's first tin that tip of this wire to sort of bind them all together. This one already cooled down again, so let's heat it back up. Come on, man. Okay, that's much nicer. Nothing satisfies you like a well-tinned wire. It is nice, isn't it? Very nice. Very nice. Check that out. Pretty well tinned, no? And now we want to put this all on ground, which should be a little easier because it is on the edge. Oh, before we do that, guys, look at me not being as dumb as I look. Wait a minute, I might be even dumber than I look. Yeah, okay, this one is smaller, so we want to find the bag. Where's the bag? There's the bag. We want to grab one of those. Although the ones in the bag didn't work very well. They didn't, like, actually shrink, which is kind of important for heat shrink to do. Smarter than she looks. Cool. So now we'll be able to use it afterwards because where did it go? Where did it go? And that's why it's important to clean your workstation. Okay, that should work just fine. Let's get our solder. Hey, heat the frick back up, huh? What's the big idea? Heat the frick back up. I'm not patient enough for your ways. Beautiful. Much better than last time. Solder, barely newer. Hey! I can't believe I called my soldering iron a teensy before. That's so funny, dude. That's like such a perfect example of like the verbal, I don't want to say the words that I was going to say because they're kind of gross, of like the ways that your brain is garbage when you're streaming. And it's just like, words, I got words, batter up. Don't worry, boss, I got all kinds of words in here. This one is coming off, which I don't love to see. Yeah, brain has to be at least a little on autopilot because otherwise there's just no way. Like if you're talking while you're doing something that requires your focus. Eek, I wish this one went a little bit smaller. But it's having none of it. That's all right. Okay. That's like most of our work already done. So, which component? You gotta stop talking to do anything. It is the hardest thing about streaming, is that you've gotta keep talking while you're doing it. That's like anything that you can do, it's so much harder to do it while streaming. I don't know. There are people who are way better at it than I am for sure. Different parts of the brain. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, um now we actually probably don't need the helping hands. Let me put them down here. Which component do we want to do first? I guess maybe joystick first? Which axis is this one? How do you tell which axis is which? Like, I guess the writing is this way, so X. We want X axis. So VRX should go to a signal pin. We want A3, which is 17. It's that one. So we need to attach a wire. And we'll be using white for signal probably right now. Aw, never mind. I will need the helping hands. Dang. I was so ready to be done with them too. So let's tin this. Let's tin this town. Heat up. Heat up. What are we building? A tiny, stupid little guitar. I'm very excited about it. It works like an automaton. Is the plan anyway. Okay, pretty little tinned wire. Ready to go. Don't forget to hydrate. Thank you so much. I will now consume the void. Perceive the void. The inky blackness of the void. Can we build a chess cheating device? Not on Twitch. I think they got rules against that. Water detected. Coffee. It's actually just tea. It's not even that dark. It's in the mug, so it looks really dark. But it's just in the mug. It's just tea. They have rules? Well, you see, this person was making a joke about something we probably shouldn't even joke about because it's pretty unproven and it sort of ruined a guy's career. But someone accused someone else in the chess world of cheating in chess via using a device inside of them. So that's what I was joking about being against TOS. What? Get back in there. Excuse me, sir. You are still on duty. Wasn't even a real accusation. Very true, very true. But it became, like, true. Like, people just believe it as is, which is a little sad because, you know. Okay. Where's our solder? There's our solder. Hey, heat up. Thank you. Okay. Very nice. Yes, the method was kind of a joke. The cheating accusation was real, but again, pretty unproven. Who knows, man? What I can say is that it is a kind of funny bit, but also I do feel bad that that a man was accused of cheating when, like, he probably didn't have a way to do that. The butt thing is kind of funny though, so you know. Chelly's really jamming out during soldering. I love that for her. Don't you guys? Don't you love that for her? European culture at its finest. Cheating at chess via the methods described above. Me at the tournament. Okay, that's in. So now we can just heat it up. I do have a heat gun. Let me just use the heat gun that I have. The problem is I don't have any outlets. I do over there. So give me 1 second to plug this in over there. I'm just worried about shutting down all of the power. Wicked hairdo for the circuit board? Yes, thank you. It feels pretty, oh so pretty. And we can hit this one a little bit too and see if it tightens up at long last. Okay, that feels pretty good. Let's put that back. That's quite solid. Very nice. So now we have everything in place to do our soft pot. Okay, okay. Your voice sounds so much better today. Yeah, I've just got to make sure I don't overdo it. Lalo Penguin, thank you so much for the sub. What are you making again? Showed up late to stream? Tiny little guitar. Stupid little guitar. Okay, so we need... This ought to do. Though it's really, really small. Kind of hate this one for me. Why is it like that? What size wire is that even for? Why don't they give me black ones of a normal, appropriate size? One of these might work. This might be exactly the same though. What is this, a wire for ants? Okay, this one will work. Let's cut off a little piece of it. It is. Please return it. They need the wire. Cute. Okay, let's make this nice and straight and clean. And then we'll tin it just like the others. Come on, man. You've seen ant cyborgs? That rules. Perfectly average wire. Yeah, perfectly average wire. Come on, guys. Perfect. Perfect. Now, where's that little piece we cut off before? That's fine. We'll just cut off another piece. Now this should slide quite nicely into there. Now we should be able to solder it to there. Very nice. And clean up. It's a sensor? Yeah, it's a soft pot. So basically, you know, okay. So, you know a linear potentiometer? This is like that, except instead of using a slider, it's like this. Like, this is how you determine, right? So we just did our ground. Now we can do signal. So we gotta tin this. You know the drill, gang. What's cooking? Robot. Guitar. Ah, it's already cool again. Do we want to, like, pin a message about, like, Ellie's building a small automaton-style toy guitar? Tin it like it's hot. Tin it like it's hot. So let's slide on our... What are we going to be using? Right, we don't have white, we have yellow, so we're going to be using the yellow. Do we have thinner yellow? We do not. Perfect. This is what we'll be using then. It's got to be kind of long, too. There we go. How did we do the last one? We did like this. And then this one was holding the wire, the solder wire. Just like that. And then this one goes here. This heats back up. Why is it already cooling down? Why does it keep doing that? My old one did not used to do that, and it's very annoying. Okay, and now finally, we gotta do power. We gotta strip it. I'm a stripper. I'm a tenor. I'm a... I don't know the rest of the song. I'm a... Do you guys know the song I'm referencing? I hate that song. My dad loves that song. Yeah, I'm a midnight robot. Getting my soldering all wrong. It's such a dad song. Yeah, my dad loves that song, and it really bothers me because he mostly has like really good taste in music and we agree on most of it, but he loves that song. He's like, it's such a good song. It's such a cool, fun song. It's got such a good attitude. It's like such a dad song. Such a dad song. What the frick is the pompatus of love, man? What the frick is the pompatus of love? Can confirm your dad also loves that song. It's a classic. For whom? Why? Why is it a classic? Should be plenty long. Okay, perfect. Let's get that there. Now we gotta put the wire back in here. Heat up. Heat up. What deal do they have at the dog restaurant? Buy one, get one free. Oh, that is a dad joke. Dads love that joke. Dads love this one weird joke. That was a bit of a failure. Okay, let's try again. Huh. Horrible. Horrible. All right. Go, tin, go! Attach the metal together! This time for sure. There we go. The metal is attached. Kinda at what cost, though? That was a very ugly solder joint. But that's fine. I think the heat shrink will still fit over it. At least if we cut this piece off. Perfect. Now we slide up this one. Function over form. In the case of solder joints, I feel like usually they go together. I feel like usually an ugly solder joint is also a bad solder joint, but you know, what can you do? I've had some pretty ugly solder joints in my day. Oh my god, on the Neuro car? Good Christ, because I had to solder onto a pre-existing controller, and I assumed that the pads would be like bare and good for soldering onto, because they usually are on just like a generic board inside of something. But for some reason, I don't know what they were coated with, but nothing would stick. So, oh my god, that's why it crashed? Nah, it crashed because she's full of spite and malice. But for some reason, yeah, it was like coated inside, and I cannot figure out why, but I had to like scrape it out, and then I had to like put like copper tape on top of it, and then I was like trying to solder onto that copper tape, and then the copper tape was coming off of where I'd scraped it off, and I had to use like a conductive glue to glue it back on. Oh my god, it's literally like the most harrowing experience. And I was doing it all like on location like that day. Blah. So I've had worse soldering joints in more important things. Where is my heat gun? There it is. Very stressful. Waterproofing? Maybe, I guess. But I feel like the car would be getting watery, if anything. Not so much the controller. Okay. We have the soft pod done. We don't have a lot of things in this circuit, so we're like most of the way there already. We can do the FSR next. Let's do the FSR next. Bleh. And bleh. Okay. I think I said I wanted this one on pin 16. And for this one, we need a divider. We're gonna use one of these resistors as our divider. When you learn to solder, that's fun. Oh my gosh, cute. Cute. So one side gets connected directly to power on here, and the other side gets connected to ground, but it has to go through this guy. What size resistor? I'm using 10K. Bleh. You know, we'll see if that's correct. Okay, can my black heat shrink just honestly go like straight over all of this? Do I have a size that can? Because that would be kind of awesome. Yeah, that can go over all of that. Okay, so let's tin this. Let's tin this. Let's I don't know like what I'm thinking of here, like a let's kick this popsicle stand. I don't know what's guys, what is that? What is the actual words that people say when they say the things that are like that? Let's blow this popsicle stand. Oh my gosh, thank you. Why is that? What does that mean? Who says that? I've never heard that. It's not like a common thing. I think it's like greasers in the 1950s. That was like what it meant to be up to no good. They'd be like, "Oh, let's blow this popsicle stand." Why would you blow a popsicle stand? Bro, I don't know. It's a movie quote? Solder with ventilation? I do. Windows open, there's a fan. Now Keith. Now Keith. Okay, cool. They're kissing. And now we can solder them together. If this thing heats up. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful little kiss. They're in love forever. Okay. And then we can make sure their love lasts a lifetime. Very good. Nice. So this also, yeah, okay. So this forks here. One half goes to one of these and the other half goes to pin 16. So we need to make a little fork. The one that goes to pin 16 will be signal, so we'll make it white. Below this joint, Berg Place has existed as far back as 1902. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. We're learning history today. That's fun. Nothing like lead, acid, and resin in your lungs. Well, this is unleaded solder, actually, so I'll only have various metals in my lungs. Thank you very much. Like a responsible member of society. So this, and then we'll have the other one be black, I guess? They didn't need to be this long. This is so long. I'm gonna shorten the other, because otherwise that's kind of overkill. And those will meet here, and then they'll all be in love forever. Okay. Some people hate me because I ship the wires, but, you know, they just don't understand the love that they feel for each other. They don't understand the romance implicit in this. What's the timer in the top left for? I'm doing a study-thon. So, you know, if you want to see any of the goals or if you want it to go farther, let me know. I can show you what the goals are. And if you wanted to, you could contribute, but like, no pressure. It's whatever. Wire Yuri. Yes. Oh my gosh. Enemies to lovers with red and black wires. Yes. The drama. The character progression. Oh my gosh. Iconic. We can ensure the love of these two before we get them engaged to the other one. Before they enter into a toxic love triangle, actually. What a twisted pair! Wait, that's so good. So someone type out that 50,000 word fanfic already. Polywire Yuri. This is what it's come to. This is the jokes that we're making these days. The wires are kissing. Oh, to be a VTuber. Okay, that's pretty good. That love should last a lifetime, hopefully. There we go. Very nice, very nice. And now we just use... Watch them break at the slightest impact. Yeah, heartbreaking, heartbreaking. Truly, love is so uncertain. Joined at the solder. It shouldn't be toxic. We removed the lead, yeah, but there's a lot of other toxic stuff in solder. Oh, she's just screaming the whole time. I love that for her, actually. Yeah, that's a sound that she's making. She's just making that sound herself. She just loves it. She loves love, you know? Don't hate her because she's whimsical. So, this one will get tinned and go on pin 16, which is there, while this one will get tinned and attached to one leg there. So let's just tin them both really quick. Did they find each other on Tinder? Wait, that's so good. Yeah, Ellie's Chudson has evolved into Chelly. Yeah, do you love Chelly? Do you love her? Heat gun is her heat exhaust. Yes, true. Okay, that one is good. Let's do this one. The romantic tension between these wires is crazy. If you smell the soldering smoke, is that bad? I think it's generally good practices. If you have a setup where you can not smell the solder smoke, I would suggest doing that. But if you can't, I don't know, just be careful, right? Just be careful and do your best that you can to be safe with the equipment that you have. They should make it flavored. So face mask it is? I mean, a face mask is good, but I usually don't use one. Maybe I should. Heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up. It's a shame an appropriate fan hood would be quite noisy for stream. I use a fan, an open window, and just kind of being a little bit cautious and thoughtful. And it tends to work pretty well for me. And then we'll need one of these guys. Let's try not to make spaghetti. Didn't I tin one of you to prep for this? No, I super didn't. Okay, cool. Let's do that now. Cable management. Yeah, this is spaghetti. This is spaghetti, but it's a for fun project, so that's okay. We can have a little spaghetti as a treat. Pocket spaghetti. Delicious. Almost as much spaghetti as your code. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure you write beautiful, flawless code. Well documented. Comprehensible. Okay. There we go. Yeah, there's a pinned message about what I'm making. Little tiny guitar. Each wire has a name. Yes. In order to better write the Yuri about them. Come on, why won't you go? Oh, I see. I see why you won't go. I understand now why you're like this. We fixed it. Okay, and now this one has to go on. There we go. Ready to be heat shrinked. Get ready to watch my chud son celebrate the heat shrinking process. She loves it. She loves it. Okay. Nice. Now this is done with the exception of the fact that we need to put on the signal pin now. So let's, real quick, oh, we did already tin this one. Very nice, very nice. It's coming together. So the issue is that this one is going to be hecka in the way. We just got to make sure that we tuck it out of the way. I have other alligator clips. Let me grab them. All right. Perfect, perfect. So we can take these and clip them together here to the board. So now we have a little bit more space to work. Let go of the solder. That is 16. This one goes there. It's just gonna go right there. So first we need to put our heat shrink on the wire. No part of your education taught you how to write non-terrible code. That was something you just sort of figured out on your own via experience and getting yelled at by senior engineers. Yeah, I mean, that's why code reviews are so important. I think they're like a really important part of the process. Because that's, I don't know, that's where I learned. I feel like when you're in school, I don't know, there are standards that you have to follow, but I knew people who wrote really beautiful code. while they were still in college. But I think it's not most people. I think most people would probably say that they learned to write code maybe there, but they learned to write good code after. Let's let this thing heat up again. Since high school, you've been the only programmer for your company for years. You just write what's easy for you. I mean, I'm sure that you've figured out a lot of the standards that seniors would have taught you by now. Right? I'm sure that the standards that you've cultivated for yourself have a lot in common with those standards. I wonder what it would be like for you to work with other engineers at this point. It's really interesting. Didn't work. Didn't work. All right. Let's try that again. Trying a new strategy. That worked all right. It's a little ugly, but it'll do. And it's heat shrink time. Are you guys excited to see my Chud son go absolutely wild on this? Let's go. Let's go. She loves it. Okay. Perfection. I mean, good enough, really. We only have one more sensor to attach, and that is our joystick, which is going to be our whammy bar for our little guitar. So we have one power left, and that is for the power on this. We have one ground. We have two grounds left. One is for the power on this, for the ground on this. Oh my god. And then we have, yeah, only one signal left to deal with, and that is for the one axis that we're going to deal with on this. There's a part of me that wants to hook up the button as well, but I think just keep it simple for this, right? Let's get this out of here. Clean this up a little bit. Let's tin this. Okay, nice and clean. Pretty. So now, keep it simple, stupid is a quote from a movie or something. I don't know what Kiss is from, but I was also taught Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. When we were kids, my mom taught us that it was keep it simple, silly instead, because, I don't know, I guess keep it simple, stupid sounded too mean. It's just a general engineering thing, I guess, yeah. Okay. Is this big enough? Actually not sure, but we're gonna try it. That one is the same size. It should be big enough. Come on, Keith. Keith. Okay, cool. They're kissing. Let's let this get up to speed. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at talking while I do this. But I still think it's fun to do it on stream. So here we are. Oh, they're not in love. These ones are not falling in love no matter what I do. Go on. Fall in love. Hmm. Why? Okay, there we go. But it is going to be hard to get this little tiny heat shrink to cover that. But maybe with the power of friendship. You know what? Not ideal, but good enough. It at least isn't going to cross with the others. So now we need the last of these for this one. Strip it and tin it. Perfect is the enemy of good. I don't even know if this is good, but it is done. And sometimes perfect is the enemy of done. Okay. There we are. Let's find you some appropriate heat shrink. Alaska Jack, hi. Thank you. You're part of the IPC, you're fine. Boop, da-doop, boop. Honored, actually, to have been told that. Yep, we're making a tiny little guitar. It's gonna work sort of like an automaton, where the neck is a soft pot. And then there's like an FSR for strumming. I am feeling so much better. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys telling me to take the morning off. And I'm glad that I got checked out. And that I have something for the nausea. And I feel so much better. Just a whole universe better. It's a cute project, thank you! What's an FSR? A force-sensitive resistor. So if you want to tell how much pressure is being applied to something, you can use one of these. Check that out. Yeah, okay. So, it's X that we want for signal. And that should be on pin 14, I think, which is A0. You're glad I got help with the nausea. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The smell of isopropyl alcohol can very strongly reduce or eliminate nausea? That's crazy. That's huge. It's huge if true. I hope that works. I hope that works for me. Okay, so we need to put on the X pin, which is going to be signal for this guy. Which doesn't need to be that long, but that's fine. Let's get our yellow tube. No, I really hope that it works for me. I'm excited to have this hack up my sleeve now. Because nausea's kind of awful. Okay. Let's heat this up. Let's tin this. Mm-hmm. Onion. Let's buy her 90% chat. None of that 70% watered down stuff. Thank you, everyone. I'm excited to try that later because I have some isopropyl alcohol. And, yeah, I hope the smell will help with nausea if I'm having problems with nausea again. So we want pin 14, which is right there. And we can clip all of these boys together with a nice neat little ponytail. And we can get these roughly aligned where we want. Dude, I've been rewatching Firefly because I was watching Cowboy Bebop and it was making me want to watch Firefly. Man, I love Firefly. Looks like some delicious spaghetti. Thank you. I made enough to share. Are you hungry? Do you want some spaghetti? Needed more seasons? I don't know about none of that. I think, yeah, it would have been good to see more seasons. But in the end, I'm just happy it happened, you know? Don't cry because it ended. Smile because it happened, right? Oh, yawn in your spaghetti. Did you finish Bebop? Not yet. Not yet. Firefly's getting more seasons now? What? Take me out to the black, tell him I ain't coming back. You can't take the sky from me. Burn out, bow. This many years later? I didn't know that. How did I not know that? Please do a cover. Hey, listen, y'all got you can still submit. Hey May, can you put up the place where they can submit covers that they want me to do? I'm so glad that makes you happy. Yeah, so if you have a song that you want me to do a cover of, you can submit it right there. What's the deadline? I think we'll probably vote tomorrow. But if anyone has like a big problem with that, I don't know, you can tell me and I'll probably change it. Beautiful, delicious spaghetti for dinner. I hope you're hungry. I made so much. After this, we're just cooking. We're just connecting up the battery board, and the power switch. But just like, you know, not nothing, but... You can't watch stream tomorrow? Someone vote for Num in your place? God, I hope Num wins. Oh my gosh. Where's the sauce, though? Bring your own sauce. We're having spaghetti BYO sauce, though. Let's put on our heat shrink. You'll never guess what one of my favorite songs was. See you, Space Cowboy. Oh my gosh. If Real Folk Blues won, oh, that would be so sick. Real Folk Blues. And then the rest is in Japanese, so I'd have to learn it. Benners! Thank you so much for 10 gifted! Let's go! Thank you so much, Benners. Thank you. Banana chats and chat for Benners! Okay. Good enough. Now we just straighten this. Oh, is this not even hot? Oh my gosh. Well, that wouldn't do much, would it? How would you feel about doing a cover of Wedding in Finisterre? I would love it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I would love it. The amount of times you forgot the heat shrink. Pain. Pain and suffering, actually. The worst thing that can happen to a person. And it's always when you do like a really beautiful solder joint. It's always a perfect solder joint that you have to get rid of. It's never like, oh, well, that probably had to go anyway, you know? It's never that when you forget the heat shrink. You're gonna be really busy for the next 3 days? Aw, we'll miss you. We'll miss you, Square Donuts. But thank you for being here now, and I hope you've been having a lot of fun being here. One more. Where is it? Oh, she's gonna love this. She's gonna go crazy for this. Okay. Perfection. Only a little bit more work to do. Look at all of my spaghetti. I made enough to share. You never have to undo perfect solder joints because you never make perfect solder joints? Oh, ain't that the secret? Oh my gosh, that's the secret, Cap. Just don't make perfect solder joints, and then the world can't hurt you. Okay, we're just gonna tin this really quick. Actually, I'll be right back. 1 second. I'll be right back. Is this woman a programmer? Great question, honestly. You guys have seen my code. Is this woman a programmer? It's iffy, isn't it? Is this woman a programmer? Bro, barely. It doesn't stop her any, though. She ain't very good at it, but she keeps doing it. We can't stop her. Sorry. I think you got paid for being a programmer. I mean, it's complicated. So like, oh my gosh, Lalo Penguin and Patrick Star! I'm so sorry I missed you guys. Programmer, can you fix my printer? So let's talk about what I am, what I was trained in, and what I was paid for. Because they're a little different. I studied robotics, and so my education is all in robotics, which is it was pretty hardware focused. What languages do you speak? I really only speak English. Je parle un peu de français, and I'm learning Spanish, and 我会说一点中文. But mostly I just speak English. Yeah, I can barely speak English sometimes, man. Right, but my education was in robotics, and then once I was in the workforce, I was working sort of generalist robotics. Binary is not a language. I was working sort of generalist within robotics, but also I kind of got into the field of perception, which is sort of an interesting field. It does involve a lot of code, but you're not really a programmer the way that like a software engineer is, in that you're not really architecting software in the same way. So I'm a little bit hesitant to say I'm a programmer because I feel like it gives the impression that I have some expertise I don't. Working in perception is like a really specific combination of things. Yo, Luna Cocaro! Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hello. Hello. What are you up to? What were you doing? How was the stream? Did you have fun? I hope you had a very good stream. Okay, so now we need 5 volt from here to the teensy to VN. Playing some Rusted Warfare. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of this game. Every time someone raids me, I'm like, ooh, what game were you playing? As though I know anything about games. And then they tell me what game they were playing, and I'm like, oh, I don't know that game. It's almost like I shouldn't ask that question every time. It's almost like there's very little purpose to me asking that question. But welcome. I'm so sorry. I don't know anything about games. Thank you for trusting me with your community. Yeah, real gamer girl Ellie. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to be playing Elden Ring, so you guys can see my gamer girl skills. It's nice to be curious. Thank you. Did you have fun? Do you like Rusted Warfare? Is it a game you enjoy? Was it a good stream? What were you playing? Minesweeper. I know that one! That one I know! Yeah, I haven't played games very much, so I'm bad at them. I'm really bad at them. But it doesn't stop me particularly. Sometimes it does. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. Nice. And then we can solder that. It's not even low heat. Why is it not going? Come on now. Okay, there we go. You play a lot of games you'll never be good at? Good, actually. Good, actually. I think that's healthy and fun. Whimsical, even. Okay, cool. Now this needs to go attached to VN on here. Dude, I'm kind of hungry. I don't know why I'm hungry. I had so much pasta before. I could finally eat. And I could still only eat like super plain and bland stuff. Like, cause I just like, I couldn't keep anything down yesterday, which is so too much information. But I was like so sick yesterday. I couldn't keep anything down. So then today I was like starving, but I was still so nauseous. And then by the time like the nausea meds kicked in and I could eat, I was like ravenous. And I still feel like I'm kind of ravenous. Imagine grilled cheese and soup. Oh, that would go crazy right now. Dude, I actually do have cheddar, and I think I even have bread. I actually could have that. Oh my god, that would go so insane. Okay, okay. So this, we want to tin this so that we can connect it to VN on our teensy. You're very intrigued by this? You're putting me on the TV so you can see the boards better? Oh no, don't do that. You're gonna see the spaghetti mess I've made. Spaghetti does sound kind of good though. I'm still so hungry. What are we working on? Tiny automaton style guitar. I think it's gonna be super cute. But you know, that remains to be seen, I suppose. You guys can all get clipped into a neat little ponytail. There we go. You can drop that and instead hold on to this. We're gonna tighten that right up. Perhaps you could eat some beans? I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to have beans. I think they said, like, eat really plain stuff. Like, eat rice, banana, apple, and toast. I'm not even supposed to have cheese. So sad, man. So sad. How's a girl supposed to live without some cheese, huh? A little piece of cheese as a treat? How's a girl even supposed to live like this? Okay, and let's not forget the heat shrink, because then we'd have to cry. Brat diet? Yeah. So sad. So sad, man. But it's only until I feel better, so I'll be better soon. Surely. Okay. Oh, shoot. Wait. Um... This should be fine. Let's do this. We forgot the power switch, but that's fine. We can add that in a minute. Heat up! Heat up, I tell you! It's so annoying that it just keeps cooling down while I'm using it. I'm sure there's like a really easy fix for this. Like there's just some setting somewhere for like annoying mode. But are you so hungry you could eat onion? Honestly, no right now. Right now an onion sounds very toxic. Like I'm still a little stomach sick to the point where I don't want to have an onion right now. That sounds hard. Heat gun. Get ready to watch my little chud son go wild. She loves this. This is her favorite part. She loves it. Nice. Okay. Here we go. So that's theoretically everything, but I forgot the power switch. So we'll have to add that in. So we're just gonna divide that one that we just did. This one is gonna get split in half, and in the middle, we put this. Mm-hmm. Are you using leaded tint? Nope. Nope, I'm using unleaded, which is not always better. There are plenty of situations in which I would use leaded. It can be less fumey. It can be easier to unsolder. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing. For this, I'm using unleaded. Unleaded, like the gasoline, yes. So we just want to solder that really quick. Heat up, heat up, heat up, heat up. They use mercury. Dude, those old mercury tilt ball sensors were so sick, actually. I used to dig them out of arcade machines because they're like so handy to use in projects, and you can't even get them anymore, which makes a lot of sense because they're full of mercury, but like, if you don't break them, it doesn't matter. How are you still not heated up? Heat up! Okay, that seems good enough. Now the other side. Strip it and clip it. Dude, what's that song that goes like ba da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba da ba? Let's heat up or whatever. Hey, ho, oh no. That one? You know? What's that song? Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. Whoa! I knew a guy who everyone said looked like he was in the Ramones, but I don't know what the Ramones looked like, so, you know, that's hard for me to judge. But I knew a guy where every time a professor saw him, they would be like, "You look like you're in the Ramones." And he would be like, "Okay, thank you, I guess." Okay. Theoretically now, this is all done. Let's go, gang. So now I need to find my micro USB, which is just diabolical to still have to use. Oh my gosh. What I can do is take the micro to C that I have here. Come on, man. Get out of there. There we go. Put it into here. Can unplug my soldering iron because we probably won't be using it for a minute if all things go well, which is a pretty big if. Punk Pioneers, let's go! And then we should be able to use my USB-C, which is a little bit easier to ethically source one long enough that it can plug into my computer and just work. Okay. There we go. Now I'll need my keyboard back. Okay, so I already wrote what I think should be right for this, but it probably won't be, so, you know, there's also that. Password noted. Yeah, my password. What do you guys think of my password, huh, gamers? Okay, let's hope now. I just have to switch because when I wrote this, I intended to do the I intended to do the joystick and the soft pot on opposite pins from each other. Okay. I think it's working. How would I check that? Let's see. So I still have to find I had a micro SD card that I was going to use in here, onto which I need to put, okay, here's that. Where is it? Onto which I was going to put the samples that I was going to play. No, I cannot find it. Bro, oh no. Bad thing. Wait, is it in here? It's literally in here. I'm just stupid. Okay. No big news there. So I gotta put the samples on there. Okay, let's see how it's working. Tools, serial monitor. Gotta get on the right baud. Okay, let me try uploading again. See why it would be not connecting properly after it was connecting properly. It might be that the whole issue is this adapter here. Why did it switch baud rates again? Come on, man, not very cool. Oh, there we go. Okay. Our pressure 124 versus 0. Yeah. Pressure bar is working. Let's see the whammy bar. Yeah. Smoothly working throughout its range. Now let's test where it thinks we are on the neck. Yeah. It's all working. Holy moly. Gang, we actually did it. Let me snap out the monitor so that I can show you guys. So let me see how I can do this in a way that won't ruin my whole life. We're gonna put the window capture behind the camera, and we're gonna capture not capturing. Let's see. Windows 10. There, that captures. Okay. Now we're going to put this up here so that we can see it, and we're going to move it in front of camera. Okay. We can make this a lot narrower. We can show less at a time and make this bigger. Okay, there we go. So now if you, oh, this is still a little bit in the way. Put it down here maybe. So now if you see the pressure value go up depending on how hard I'm pressing pressure. And then whammy for the joystick. Smoothly moving across that range. Okay, works well under pressure. A, and then you see the fret that we're on. Change as we go up, and you also see that I have it reversed, which is fine. I can just flip it in the code. Because this will be the 0th fret, and this will be the 12th up here, but that's all good. Yeah, that's everything. Our tiny guitar is almost ready. So tomorrow, I'm going to be hanging out with my best friend in the whole world, my IRL best friend, Joe. We're going to be chilling. He's the one with the girlfriend who scares me, the one where we were playing Capture the Flag at his birthday party, and I was about to tag her, and she picked up a stick, like she was going to hit me with it, and I'm afraid of her, but she's very cool. Scary GF, oh no, fun scary, not bad scary. She's very nice to him, but I do think she was going to hit me with a stick. Dude, she was on my side. She was like on my side of the field. Like I could have tagged her, and somehow I was scared of her at the end of it. She must be scared of you too if she thought she needed a stick. Yeah, Salive. Okay, I move them. No more immersion break. She's a real girl gamer and she's playing to win. Dude, she is a girl gamer. Like, she is a girl gamer though. But yeah, no, he's my best friend. We've been friends forever, and he's gonna be on tomorrow to hang out with me all day. We're gonna do some V-Card unboxing, and we're gonna be talking through the game design of V-Cards, because that's what his degree and professional experience are in. Yeah, all this gun show. Not in V-Cards specifically, just in games. And he used to write professionally about Magic the Gathering, so he's very familiar with card games. Specifically, Is Ellie in this V card release? No, I wouldn't expect to be in a V card release probably ever. I sell like less gamer subs than most Girl Scouts sell Girl Scout cookies, on account of I'm bad at selling things. But that said, I do enjoy gamer subs, and so I try and sell some at least so I can justify the amount that I get for free from them, because otherwise I feel guilty. Uh, but yeah, no. We're gonna he's gonna hang out all day tomorrow, and he's gonna help me figure out how to play Elden Ring. Mostly he's just gonna laugh at me when I fail to play Elden Ring, um, which is gonna be really fun. And yeah, that's gonna be all day tomorrow, and then probably Monday, which is the third week of our oh my gosh, already the third week. Monday, we'll probably be machining the wood for the body of this thing and putting everything in there. So, yeah, I'll probably put the samples on this card off stream and make sure that that's working and that we're playing the right sample at the right time. I'll probably play with the guitar tone a little, although I might want to do that with you guys. Yeah, so don't worry, a 40-year-old man beat Elden Ring as his first video game. There's always hope. God, I hope so. I hope so. I haven't played a lot of games like Elden Ring. Basically none, actually. Basically none. So, yeah, that's what's on the upcoming streams. And I'm going to be stopping a little early because I'm feeling a little nauseous again, and just to play it safe, I'm going to probably have some rice, maybe some soup, and I will see you guys tomorrow, just because I want to make sure that I'm feeling tip-top shape tomorrow. I can't wait for it. This was really fun. I can't believe it works. First try. Let's go, gang. Um, this was so much fun. Thank you for everything, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Let's figure out who we're gonna raid. That's the wrong window. This is the right window. Hmm. Who we gonna raid? This is the problem, is I don't know enough people who stream this early. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Let's choose someone we don't know. Let's choose someone who's doing like a soldering or electronics project that we don't know. I think that should be fun. Oh, Sanson? Chill electronics repairs? That sounds cool. This seems fun. Chill electronics repairs? Let's go see. Okay, I've never heard of this person, but they seem cool and they have a very pretty model. So I will see you in their chat. I will see you tomorrow, bright and early at our normal time for the whole stream. I'm so sorry that I've had to cut these short. I hope I'm feeling better soon. Thank you so much, everyone, for understanding. I can't believe this actually works. Let's go. Hearts for all of you, honestly. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll see you in her chat. I say this a lot, but I still have the habit in my head. When I was smaller, I used to go, 1 viewer ready to raid, 2 viewers ready to raid, 4 viewers ready to raid, right up until like 10 viewers ready to raid, let's go! But that doesn't really work anymore. But I still have the impulse to do it. Okay, bye everybody. Thank you so much.
You know? Yo.